Hi, this is Alexis from the Kiteboarder magazine. We're here at the 2014 Surf Expo at the Liquid Force booth with Gary. Let's talk about these foils.
Alexis, whoa, my voice is already hurting. Alexis, thanks a lot, man. Well, as we all know, there's a huge movement with hydrofoiling and kiteboarding, and we are involved in it 100%. How it all came around for us is we tried it back in January, a little bit before January. One of our team riders, Brandon Scheid, got one. And we were kind of very curious at that point, like what was going to happen with it, and we tried it and fell in love with it right out the gate. So we said, something that we love to do, we're going to make one. So that threw some challenges our way, because obviously we went out and tried to buy a couple foils ourselves to see what we can get out there, and we realized they're expensive, huh?
Yeah, they're very expensive. Actually, I saw you in January cruising around down in San Diego on a foil, and it was like your smile was a mile wide.
I know, it does. We call it foil face. So right when you get on one of these things, you get up on a hydrofoil, you get foil face, which is this permagrin, right? So we love that permagrin. So we're making permagrins out of this thing. But so this is our foil right now, and it's basically, you know, a hydrofoil for kiteboarding, specifically designed to that. We set out with a few objectives specifically for our foil that we wanted to hit. The first one is we wanted to make it easy right out the gate. So hydrofoiling isn't an easy thing in the beginning. Everything you know about kiteboarding and how you ride a twin tip or how you ride a surfboard, you got to throw that right out the window. You become a beginner again. Almost at stage one, you become a beginner. So we wanted to make it very easy. So we set out on a path and did a lot of research, a lot of testing on how to make a foil easy to learn on. And then we also wanted to make it so you could progress on it. We didn't want to have something easy and then all of a sudden you outgrow it right away. So that was a goal of ours, easy to learn on, and then you can progress with it, have it forever. Spanning from that too, we decided we wanted to make it modular. So in the future, you could change out the wing configuration and all that if you want to get a higher aspect wing. We don't have that right now, but that's in the future. So if you get our foil, you can look forward to being able to upgrade your foil and
kind of fine tune it a little bit.
Exactly. Or if you want to get out and race on it, you know, and you think you need a higher aspect race wing, it's like those are coming for sure in the future. But right now, we have what's called a lower aspect wing on it. So it's a very easy foil and very stable foil once you get up and ride it. So that's kind of the basis of the whole thing in terms of the ease of it and so forth. The wings that we use are going to be a carbon fiber wing. Material-wise, we've mixed it up a little bit because our next objective is we want to make it affordable. So we want to bring foilboarding to the people. We don't
to
want
the
it
masses.
To be this very exclusive thing. We all know that they're fairly expensive. Well, our whole kit right here, as you see it, complete foil, board and everything that comes in a nice bag is going to be $1,599.
Repeat that again for the folks out there.
$1,599, no joke.
I mean, that's insane.
So we're bringing it to the people, and we're really proud of that too. So how did we do that? We started to look at what type of materials to use. We all know that carbon is used almost exclusively in foils right now. There's a few other people using some different materials in terms of glass laminations and some ceramic things. I've seen things like that. But what we started exploring right out the bat, because we've used it in a lot of other products on our wakeboarding side and a little bit in kiteboarding, is aluminum. So for our mast configuration, or the strut, whatever you want to call it, we have what's called an extruded aluminum that we're using. So we worked on engineering the profile of it and how we're engineering the strength of the thing internally, and we developed what's called an extrusion for it, which is they basically squeeze aluminum through a tube that makes this mast. We also are doing it on what's called the fuselage. So our fuselage part is also an extruded aluminum. And what that does, it reduces cost. You know, it reduces the time that it takes to lay these things up in terms of general building of the thing, you know, how long it takes to make them. And the material costs are less because it's aluminum, it's not carbon. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, shoot, is that going to be heavy, or what's the differences in it? We found out right away that weight-wise, it's not much heavier than a carbon, because in a carbon you still have to use a substrate on the inside that you wrap the carbon around in the mold. So where ours is hollow, and our extrusion on our fuselage is hollow, we save a lot of weight there, and it's actually very negligible, the weight difference when it comes to that. And you stick carbon wings on it, and it's very, very lightweight. So the other thing, we wanted to make it versatile too. You know, overall, the hydrofoils that are out there right now, you have your board, you have your master strut, and then you have your fuselage wings, and you have to use that whole kit like that. You can go buy, say, just the foil componentry and stick it on whatever you want. You stick it on a surfboard, stick it on a twin tip, you know, skate, whatever you want to do. But overall, the complete ones that are coming out there, you know, the board and the hydrofoil componentry all have to work together. With ours, we put it on a board that we already existing had, which was called the Kite Fish, which is a great size. It's 5'3", which is pretty much right in line with all the foil boards out there right now, the platform that you're standing on size-wise. And we stuck it on there, you know, our first prototypes on there. It worked magically. It worked amazing. And you get a little bit of benefit from this too, or actually a lot of benefit. So one of the things when you're learning, this board helps you out in the learning curve because you can actually ride it like a regular board. A lot of other foil boards out there are very buoyant. They're very rounded.
Specific almost.
Specific for riding on a foil, and they're really specific to be this platform when you're up on a foil. But when you're slogging along, or when you're learning, it's nice to have this edge and have a board that can be rode like a board down in the water, and just using the foil as like a big keel helps you kind of wrap your head around what you need to do to concentrate on popping up onto the foil, and it just makes the learning curve fast.
Well, not only that, but people already know about this shape. They're already comfortable with it, so that the foil is just an extension of them riding with 100%. This already.
Yep. The other thing too that you just touched on is people know this board. We've had this board in the line as a board just to ride as a light wind board or fun board to learn how to ride strapless on or ride in sloppy surf, because it was the Kite Fish. So with ours, you can take this foil off. Say you go to a place that is too shallow to ride a foil. You go to a place that's full of seaweed or eelgrass, because that's a pain in the butt when you ride a foil. You can take the mast off, you can still go kiteboarding, you can ride your kite.
So let's talk about this bag.
Yeah, Alexis, so our foil, our mast, wings, and everything come in a bag. So when you get done riding it, you got to throw it in your car. It's hard to put these things around. Now you got something nice to put it in. As you can tell, you just open this sucker on up. Place for your wings, place for your mast, place for your fuselage. Put a 6-pack of beer in here and you're all set to go.
Now, where can they find out more info on the foil and all the stuff, the good stuff along with it?
Absolutely. So we're launching our new website September 15th. liquidforestkites.com is where you're going to be able to get all the information. We're going to have a nice little mini site that's going to be very special just for our foil project, because it's a very special project. So September 15th, liquidforestkites.com. You can learn about our foil.
Well, thank you so much, Gary.
Right on, Alexis. Thanks.